Hi guys, welcome to another Sass by Stokes video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 3 NFL games today. But before we start with the NFL games, I'm going to talk about some college football games. It's going to be pretty quick. So we're going to start off with Oregon escaping against Wisconsin 16-13. Wisconsin nearly pulled off the huge upset. But there was an upset. The Kansas Jayhawks were able to beat BYU 17-13. Then the game of the week, no surprise. Georgia prevailed against Tennessee 31-17. Not a surprise. And the last game that I'll be talking about is the kind of rivalry between Texas and Arkansas. Texas squeaked out 20-10 victory. But now we're going to be talking about the NFL games. And we'll begin with the huge rivalry. I feel like it always is. We got the Baltimore Ravens against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baltimore's been like what we expected the entire year. They've been so good. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, the two-headed running monsters. Derrick Henry already has over 1,000 yards in 10 games. I think he has over 1,100, and he scored in every game too. They don't have their bye till week 14, so fatigue might be a play. Fatigue might happen today. Lamar Jackson's been throwing at dimes to Zay Flowers, and Mark Andrews recently, even though Mark Andrews struggled because Isaiah Likely stole the show from him. But the defense is the problem this year. Usually it's the Ravens defense that is the best part of the team, but this year their pass defense is god-awful. Oh my gosh. They're 32nd, I'm pretty sure. Their run defense is mid, though. But Kyle Hamilton, he dropped the game-winning pick, so he's got a lock-in. And so does Marlon Humphrey and the rookie, Nate Wiggins. The Steelers have been probably the most surprising team this year. Maybe not, but I think they are. It's because their QBs have been insane. Russell Wilson hasn't lost yet, and Justin Fields was really good. And just think, like a couple of years ago, Justin Fields was getting he's been getting all the criticism in the world. But George Pickens, he's turned into a top 10 receiver in my opinion. Pat Freiermuth continues to be a great tight end. And you can't forget about that pass rush. TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, and Cameron Hayward. That is a great defense. Our next game that we'll be talking about is the game of the week. Game of the year. It's going to be the Chiefs and the Bills. The Chiefs are undefeated. Don't ask me how it's happened. They've won so many close games. It's been crazy. For example, they won against the Ravens in the first game because one of Isaiah Likely's toes was out of bounds. Then the next game against the Bengals, they won of a PI. And then the next game against the Falcons, they won on a no call because one of the DBs was hugging Kyle Pitts. And they beat the Chargers, courtesy of Kareem Hunt. The rest of their games have been good, have been kind of not as close until the past two. The Buccaneers gave them a run for their money, sent it to overtime. We all know who won. The master of overtime won. Baker Mayfield knew. He kind of had that feeling Josh Allen had. If Mahomes wins the toss, just give up. And last week, they won on a blocked field goal. It was crazy. Leo Chenal saved that team. Saved the team. Mahomes has been mid this year. The running backs have been mid this year, but they've just found ways to win games. The Bills, they've been really good. They've been really, really, really good. I thought the Bills weren't going to be that good. It's because Josh Allen. He hasn't been, I thought, because he had no receivers, he would do bad. But they made a trade for Amari Cooper, who really hasn't played. But I think he's going to be active today, I'm pretty sure. But they're going to have to do it without Dalton Kincaid. The Bills' defense is pretty good. Just the problem is their secondary is not the best. They lost their 2 starting safeties. And so our final game I'll be talking about is the Bengals and the Chargers. The Bengals started off so slow. They lost their first 3 games. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, the Bengals might suck this year. Well, they're 4-6. They've rebounded pretty nicely. They just lost to the Ravens 35-34. They've lost to the Ravens this year 41-38 and 35-34. Both games, Ja'Marr Chase went absolutely off. He's been so good this year. He's number 1 in NFL in receiving yards. Respect to Ja'Marr Chase. Joe Burrow, he's been pretty good. The one problem with the offense, their running back. Their defense has been awful. That's all I just got to say. They've just been awful. For the Chargers, they've been a kind of a surprise to me. Herbert, he's been balling. The running backs have been really good. I was like, oh, because Austin Eckler's gone, they're not going to have a run game this year. J.K. Dobbins, he's proved me wrong. Gus Edwards, he's proved me wrong. I just didn't, and because they didn't have any weapons, I just didn't think the Chargers wouldn't be good this year. Quentin Johnson proved me wrong. Len McConkey proved me wrong. Joshua Palmer kind of proved me wrong. He's been okay this year. Their defense has been really good too. They kept most of their players, and yeah. So I'm going to take all the underdogs. The Ravens are favored by 3. I'm going to take the Steelers to win by a final score of 24-20. The Bills are favored by 2. I'm going to take the Chiefs because I picked against the Chiefs in Week 5 against the Saints. I'm probably never going to pick against the Chiefs ever again until they lose. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs today. They're going to win final score 27-20. And the Bengals, Chargers. Chargers are favored by 1. I'm going to take the Bengals in this one. The Bengals, they're going to win. It's going to be really close, though. I got them winning 21-17. Well, that's it for today's video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. See ya.